Dionisio at the plate. He's 0 for 2 today. Swakowski, the big right-hander, lets it go. It's right down Broadway. Dionisio lets it fly, and it's raining now.
It's time for Rain Delay Theater with Jeremy Dionisio and Jack Swakowski.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Rain Delay Theater, the podcast where two bums talk about other bums at baseball games. I'm Jack Swakowski.
And I'm Jeremy Dionisio.
And we have an episode today of a few odds and ends, a few things that maybe didn't quite get tied up from last week's episode just because we kind of ran out of time. Maybe a few others as well, some things that have happened in the last week. So, Jeremy, where do you think we should start with this one?
Well, I had a couple things. I even think that I was trying to remember something on the air last week. This is something that's been kicking around for a couple weeks that I wanted to just share with the podcast because I think it's funny. Since the start of basketball season, I kept forgetting to bring this up, but I finally remembered and made a note. Jack, I wanted to share with you. I made I joined just a public basketball league, ESPN Fantasy Basketball League. And so I wanted to share, Jack, that the name of my team is called Nick the Security Guard.
Oh, okay. Nice. What inspired you for that?
I don't know. I just, you just you just pick random names or whatever. Yeah. And I actually ESPN had a fantasy baseball or a baseball playoffs predictor thing.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, I was thinking Cubs were on my mind, so I just I tried to think of something pertinent to baseball or whatever at the time, and I just went with Nick the Security Guard for that. Yeah. Also. And I was in a Chicago group, so ostensibly if Nick joined the fantasy, he maybe could have seen that.
Sure.
This is just a public league, so the odds of him actually seeing it are incredibly rare, but it just makes me chuckle. Someone sees that and is they assume probably that my name is Nick and I'm a security guard, but it's named after the guy from the Cubs.
Yeah, far from it. Who's on your team?
Let's see. I do have. We talked about this on the drive to the Sports Spectacular, but Con Kneppel is on the team.
Yeah, the Wisconsin native.
Yeah. Cade Cunningham. He was kind of my number one pick, I would say.
Yeah, and he was the number one overall pick a couple of years ago, I think, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. So he's doing pretty well for my team. Honestly, I'm not too happy with this team. It's not that great. Domantas Sabonis is on the team.
Yeah, he's Arvidas' son, right?
I guess so. Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I get Jokic and the other guy confused. I guess Doncic maybe, but only by name, I guess. But yeah, all the Eastern European guys.
Sure.
Cat is on my team too, Karl Anthony Towns. So.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Got some big guys, but yeah, I don't know. I have another team that has a couple that I have Giddey and Kobe White, so that one's a little more interesting for me.
Sure.
When I do watch basketball, obviously I'm watching the Bulls, so yeah, they've been on a free fall after starting off pretty good.
Yeah, Jeremy, we were talking a little bit about maybe going to a Bulls game sometime in the next month as a way to sort of kill some time before Cubs convention. So it's very possible that we'll get to see some of those guys live.
Honestly, I guess the worse that they start playing or the worse they continue to play, maybe the better is for the ticket prices. So
yes, this is true. When I looked a couple weeks ago, they were a little high, so maybe those have gone down now.
Yeah, maybe. So that was that was something that I had been meaning to say on the podcast. So I figured this odds and ends episode is a good time to do that. Mm-hmm. Jack, another little tidbit in pop culture. We've been talking about some TV shows that we're watching. I don't presume that you're watching the new season of Stranger Things, Jack, are you?
Fuck no, dude. No, I'm not. Sorry to swear on the podcast. No, I'm not, Jeremy.
There's I think they released 4 episodes and then they're gonna release 4 more next month or something, or in a couple weeks, I don't know. But episode 3, there's this storyline where like they have to go to the under the upside down whatever, and there's like this random kid. It's really weird. It's very shoehorned in. I think the episode is named after this kid, this character. He's not one of the main kids. It's just like a classmate of another character who also isn't a main character, but whatever. It's who kind of the story's focused on without giving away spoilers. But the name of the character, the name of the kid, like his character name is Derrick Turnbow.
Oh, that seems like it's too much to be a coincidence.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah, but it's I didn't actually do a deep dive on it. I saw like the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel like mention something about, like they have an article about it, like new plot point in Stranger Things is connected to former Brewers closer or something. Maybe I should have read that before this recording, but like it's totally bizarre. And I almost like so the episode is called like the Turnbow twist or the Turnbow something.
Yeah.
And I almost said to my wife before we watched it, I'm like, there's a pitcher named Turnbow, but I'm like, it's not about him. There's no way. And then the fucking character's name is Derrick Turnbow. And I'm trying to think now. So the movie takes place the show takes place in 1986. I'm like, are they trying to say that is the actual Derrick? I'm like, how old was Derrick Turnbow in 1986? But honestly, dude, it was like fucking distracting for me. It was like quite distracting. So he was 9 years old in 8 years old.
Okay, is that how old the character is?
I think the character's a little older than that.
Okay.
He was born in 1978, right? So that would make him 8 years old, roughly. Mm-hmm. I think the character's supposed to be a little older than that, but not by much. But like, it was super distracting, and it's like kind of like a major plot point of episode 3. Yeah. And yeah, it was super super distracting. I couldn't get past it, and I'm sure there's only like a small amount of people who were actually who made that connection, who had actually meant something to.
Yeah, sure. I mean, sometimes you'll hear about that, like, I think maybe John Grisham or something would get his, the names of his characters from the sports page, whatever. I'm sure it's a common, thing.
Larry David.
Yep,
Blaine
sure.
Dennis.
There you go, right? So, yeah, it's definitely not uncommon. But, yeah, I could see how that would be distracting. I just watched that movie Train Dreams. Did you see that one?
No, I didn't.
Okay, yeah, it just dropped on Netflix, but it's probably going to get a bunch of Oscar buzz, so you might want to check it out before Oscar season. But yeah, that would be like if it takes place in the 1800s or like early 1900s rather. But yeah, that would be like if the main character's name was John Jaha. I would be like, what? What? I don't care that this is about some guy who like cuts down redwood trees. Like this, I can't get past this. So okay. Yeah, I could see that. What season of this is Stranger Things now? Is it like season 7 or something?
I think it's 5 maybe.
Okay.
It's the last season.
Okay, yeah.
But
is it still the same? I saw the first season. I just didn't really like it very much. Is it still the same kids that are in that and stuff?
Yeah. They're like 20 years old. I think they're supposed to be high school seniors.
Okay.
In this season, I think they very deliberately try not to like mention their ages, I feel.
Sure. Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's like even between season 1 and season 2, they aged so much that it was hard to kind of like suspend that disbelief of it. And part of me is just like, man, just crank this show out a little faster, guys. Like I find that a little annoying. Like clearly they're like, I mean, probably they want to try to milk it for as much as possible, but like it was kind of like, it also felt like it's like, hey, do you not know what happens next? Like, come on, let's crank out the rest of the story and write these scripts and shoot this thing. But
yeah, Chris, the Josh effect. These kids are just getting older all the time.
Yeah. So yeah, it's coming to an end. But I actually thought the last season was maybe the best since the first season. Like I felt like the preceding seasons were kind of a dip. I do think last season was pretty good, but and they do seem to be moving along pretty quickly. My biggest pet peeve with the TV show is just when they like, as I'm sure with everyone else, just when they like milk it too long and they draw things out too much. It's just like move it along, like writers write the story. Like write new. If you go through it too quick, write something else that's good. You know, it's like that's it's super frustrating. So but yeah, I don't know. So but whatever. Show withstanding, Derrick Turnbow. Yeah, I personally, as a baseball fan, can't get past it. It was just way too weird.
You should write a letter to the creators.
Right, and that's the thing. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't think those guys are from like Milwaukee or the Milwaukee area or anything. I'm trying to. Yeah, they're from North Carolina. Okay. I'm just trying to scope this article really quick, and they don't seem to really have a explanation about it either. So.
maybe they figured that there's not much overlap between like Stranger Things fans and baseball fans, because let's face it, there's not much overlap between baseball fans and anything else. So we found that out the hard way.
Yeah, right. Exactly. You have podcasts, for instance, but but I mean, couldn't they have called him like Timmy Turnbow or something?
Sure.
Like call him something else. Like they went with the first and last name. It's like, I've taken like last names from athletes. Like Larry David, like
Same.
Elaine Bennis. I think he even said like he picked that from Andy Bennis. But anyway, I don't know. But that's just it's in the zeitgeist right now. So wanted to mention that.
That's good.
Speaking of Netflix though, and movies and the zeitgeist, although not maybe so much in the zeitgeist. Jack, did you see? Okay, you saw Train Dreams. Did you see Caught Stealing?
Not yet. No.
Okay, that's the new Darren Aronofsky movie.
Okay.
It's based on a book actually. But it came out a couple months ago, I think. I missed it in the theaters. I think it's really sad these days. Like movies like are in the theaters for like a week and then they're gone.
Yeah.
So you blink and you miss it. But so I missed it. It's called Caught Stealing, and I didn't realize it at the time, but there's a baseball connection to it.
Oh, so Jeremy, I'm now that I'm looking at this movie up, I remember seeing a trailer for it when I went to see Friendship. So
okay.
Okay. All right. Now I know. But go on.
Yeah, well, so it's Austin Butler and Zoe Kravitz, and basically the plot is like Austin Butler like lives in New York. It takes place, it takes place in September of 1998. Interestingly enough, and Austin Butler plays like a former high school baseball player who was like targeted for the draft, like the first round draft, and has this like injury that happens, and he ends up like not having to like give up baseball, and so it takes place in like September of 1998, which is when the Giants were making a playoff push, which they would end up tying with the Cubs and playing the Cubs in a one-game playoff. So that was interesting. But yeah, he gets he's a guy, a former baseball player living in New York, bartender, gets caught up in like this crime thing, basically. So that's all I'll say for that. The movie actually was really good. I actually thought it was really good. Aronofsky is like, he's a notable director. I think The Whale was very polarizing. I happen to like The Whale, but
I was kind of ambivalent about it. But I do like Darren Aronofsky. I'm a fan of most of his movies. I don't like Matt Smith, who I just can't stand that Game of Thrones sequel show. But so you liked it though? You'd recommend? Yeah.
Wait, I don't know who that other guy is. Is that did they write it or something? That person write it or something?
Matt Smith? No, he's an actor. He's if you look him up, I'm sure you've seen him in stuff before. But
and he's in. Okay, I see. He's in Caught Stealing. I gotcha. Interesting. He definitely has an interesting look. I could see him fitting in. He fits in this movie, and I could see him also fitting in House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, whatever. So, I liked him in this movie. He was he played his role well, I would say. But I thought it was a good movie. I don't really know. I didn't really look up too many reviews on it or anything, but I thought it was kind of like a bit of a pedestrian movie for like Aronofsky to do. I feel like he does these kind of weird, like grandiose, like very specific types of movies. Yeah. And this one was kind of just like, this is just like a crime. It almost seemed like like a Guy Ritchie type of movie or something.
Yeah, that was what it felt like from the trailer.
Yeah, I think it's more than that, and I think it was better than that. Although I don't really like Guy Ritchie, so there's that.
Neither do I. It's like, yeah, his movies, like, nothing is taken seriously, but also nothing's funny. That's never where you want to be.
Yeah, that's the vibe I got. But I thought the movie was pretty good. So it is on Netflix, so that's an easy watch.
Okay.
But it's so there are some fun like baseball references or like running themes of baseball in it. And then because I didn't realize the title is I don't know if it's a double entendre, but it's like it's a two-way meaning. So yeah.
Is it believable? Like, is the baseball stuff believable? Because sometimes they'll like say a guy is an ex-player, or they'll talk about sports, and it's like this clearly doesn't feel like it's real.
I mean, only in as much as like Austin Butler is like too much of a pretty boy to
Sure.
be like to seem like anything else but an actor.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they don't really show much baseball gameplay, I guess. So
Sure.
So they luckily for Austin Butler, probably he's not a pitcher, and they don't show him trying to pitch like Danny McBride.
Right.
But yeah, so I don't know about that really. I guess he does swing a bat a couple times. I don't know. It's to be honest, it's like a very small amount of baseball, but like
Sure.
it it's a nice little like fun runner through the movie, I guess.
Yeah. Well, 98 was also the home run chase too. So interesting that he'd pick that specific year.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I guess this isn't a spoiler, but he's a Giants fan. Austin Butler. So
Okay.
So yeah, so there's that. And but yeah, I thought the movie was pretty good. So,
All right. Yeah, we'll see Train Dreams too. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I will. Right around this time in January, I'm always trying to like get all the Oscar movies together. So yeah, it'll probably make the list.
Right.
Cool. So I have this yeah, I got two things. I got the thread from last week to follow up on. I kind of have like this like longer story. And I guess I could get into the story. It's kind of a crazy story. It's pretty funny. And it does tie into baseball cards, I would say. So yeah. All right. So, and stop me if you have any questions, Jack, but, so, okay, like last week, this happened, did we record on Tuesday last week, Jack? We did, right?
Yep. Yes, we did.
Yeah, I think this happened that morning, but I just couldn't get it into the podcast. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I sell some cards on eBay sometimes. I sold this card, it doesn't really matter what card it is. It's like from this, Project 2020 is this like, I think I might even talked about it at the time. There were these art cards like done by these artists where they like recreate these iconic Topps baseball cards, right? And so a lot of the artists made their own like companion cards. And so this guy made a Cal Ripken card, and he made a companion card that he sold on his own website. And it's basically like Iron Man, like the comic book character with like a bat. And it's like basically like a Cal Ripken card, but replacing Iron Man with Cal Ripken. So I had it. It's a cool card, but I was like, I could part with this. So I sold it on eBay. I had it listed on eBay. I sold it for $90. Okay.
Nice.
It was, I don't know how much I paid for it, but it was 5 years ago at this point. So I was like, cool, I could use $90, especially after the whole, Chicago sports spectacular. So I'm like, okay, cool. $90 in my pocket. Great. You sell it on eBay, you get paid, it goes in your account. And after a couple days, it goes into your actual bank account, and then you have the money. So, obviously you have to send the card. So I think Monday night I packaged it up. I put it in like a yellow bubble mailer. Got it all ready to go. Printed out the labels and all that stuff at home. And I brought it with. I was going to meet someone for lunch to talk over some work stuff. I was running a little late. Had the package, like I said, all ready to go, all labeled, all everything ready to go. Had it in my car, and I went to meet this person, and then I was gonna drop it off at the post office afterwards. I didn't want to leave it sitting like on my car seat or whatever, just in case some bozo try to break in and take it. So I kind of wedged it in between the driver's side door and my driver's door, like the seat and the door, right in between that side. I put it in there, opened the door, stepped out, and walked down the block to this cafe where I was meeting the person. This part is not necessary to the story, but I'll throw it in anyway. At some point during the dinner or during the lunch, I usually carry a pen in my pocket, and I felt around for it. Oh, I dropped this chapstick that I carry, which has been referenced in previous episodes. But I dropped a chapstick on the ground, and it was weird. I don't know why it fell out of my pocket. Dropped it on the ground. Reached for my pen. Didn't. I'm like, oh, I don't. My pen isn't in my pocket, and I was looking on the ground. I'm like, where did what did I lose the pen? Like whatever. So that's a bit of a foreshadowing, I would say, or parallel, imagery. So whatever. So we finished the lunch. I walked back to my car. I'm still thinking about the pen. I'm like, maybe I dropped it in the seat somewhere. And then I opened the driver's side door, and I look down, and there's no package in the car.
Jesus.
And I'm like, fuck. And immediately I was like, what the fuck? Package is gone. What the fuck? And I'm like, well, shit, it probably fell out of the door. I've done this before where I've stuck stuff in there and then it's fallen out. And I should obviously know better, but I don't know. I just stuck it there. Whatever. So immediately it's going through my head. It's like, fuck, I fell on the ground. Someone fucking stole it. What an asshole. What a piece of garbage. They just find something and they steal it. And then I'm like, well, shit, man, that was $90. Now I have to give that money back. And that's a pretty friggin' expensive mistake. It'd be like if you dropped $100 bill on the ground.
Yeah,
it would suck. So I'm beside myself. I'm pissed off. I'm like, I look under my car because I'm like, maybe it got kicked under the car, and I'm parked on a busy street, so I couldn't really get a good angle, but I didn't see it, and I was pissed off. I'm just like, shit, it's fucking gone. I check the other parts of my car, nothing there. I'm just pissed off. I pull out and I try to double park, but again, I'm on a busy street, and I tried to I jumped out of the car and I ran back to the spot. It wasn't under my car. It wasn't anywhere. I checked in the immediate area, not by any of the other cars. I'm like, shit, someone picked this thing up and stole it. And I'm pissed off. And then I drive down the end of the block. I'm like, well, fuck, that sucks. I'm out $90. So I drive to the end of the block. I see a post woman, a male woman, pushing the cart. So I pull over. I pull on the side street, and I hop out of the car, and I'm like, excuse me, ma'am, did anyone drop a package? And she's like, no, no. She looked at me like I'm crazy first. I'm like, and she's like, "What? Do you live in one of the apartments over there?" And I'm like, "No." I'm like, "It actually fell out of my car." And I had it I'm like, "It's all labeled, ready to go." So I don't know. And she's like, "No, I don't know. I didn't see anything. No one gave me anything." And she's like, "But I got to go back that way, so I'll take a look, whatever." She was actually really nice. And I'm like, "Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it." And I'm like, and she's like, if I find it, I'll, and I'm like, well, you could just mail it. And she's like, yeah, you want me to mail it? And I'm like, yeah, it's already stamped and labeled and everything. And she's like, okay, if I find it, I'll do that. And I'm like, all right, thanks. And then I go around the block. I pulled off into this weird side street, and I had to go through this maze of alleys with all these delivery trucks and shit. And it was just a pain in the ass. And I'm navigating all these alleys, and I'm berating myself that, I lost this package, and, I'm mentally saying goodbye to the money. And then at some point when I'm driving around, I'm like, maybe someone did pick it up and just drop it off in a mailbox or at the post office, whatever. Maybe someone actually did drop it, but I'm like, there's no way to tell until it starts going through the system and updating. And I need to let the buyer know that I lost this guy's card, whatever. So so I'm just going through all of this in my head as I'm going around the block. And I'm like, let me drive around one more time, and let me see if I can pull my car over somewhere where I can leave it and actually get out and look, because I felt like I didn't get a good look. So I pull over, I find a spot to kind of double park, get out, walk to the spot, look around on the ground, in the gutter, by the cars, no package. Don't see it anywhere. And I'm like, yeah, it's gone. This sucks. And I turn around and I look, and I had parked right in front of an apartment building. and it's like an apartment building with like a glass, foyer, like a glass like lobby type of thing. So I'm like, so I turn around, I start walking to the apartment. I go up, like it's like a small stoop. I like go up a couple stairs. I look in the lobby foyer of this apartment building, and I see a fucking package inside the vestibule on the wall, and it's a yellow bubble mailer. And I get close. I'm like, that looks like the package. And I get up closer, and I look through the window, and it's my fucking package. So it's in like the foyer of this apartment. And I kind of press my face up against the glass, and I look at the address, and the address was to like New Jersey, by the way. So it's like, no one could have thought, like, I was thinking like if someone picks it up and whatever, it's like, they're not going to think it was the mailman who dropped it because it's addressed to New Jersey.
Yep.
So I look in there, and like, it's surely enough, it's my package. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's in there, but it's like, I try the door and it's locked.
Sure.
So it's like this locked apartment thing, and I can see it, and it's taunting me. So yeah, I just, I'm like, what the fuck do I do? So I just rang one of the buzzers, and I'm expecting to kind of like go through this whole spiel. It's like, hey, that's my package. I can prove it. Like, I was going to like show them my driver's license, like to match the return thing. And the buzzer just buzzes open, because I'm like, it's not an intercom, it's just a buzzer. So they buzzed me in, basically.
That's crazy.
And so then I kind of like slink into the door, and I'm like waiting to like waiting for the person to come out so I can explain this to him. And I'm like, what am I doing? I just grabbed the package. And so I grabbed the package, and I'm like, I didn't just dart out of there to look suspicious in case I'm like on camera or something.
Yeah.
But I grabbed it, and I kind of like took a step back, and I looked around to see if someone was going to come out. And I'm like, no one's coming out. I got the package. And so I just stepped out of the doorway, walked down the stairs, and I looked around, and then I just gave it a second, and then I just got in my car and I drove off.
Jesus, man, that's crazy. And we were just talking when we went to my house the other week to open those cards. I was like, man, I hate it when people like follow me in this apartment building.
Yeah.
Like the security's just so terrible, and like I'd be fucking pissed. People are just buzzing at every Tom, Dick, and Harry into my apartment. But that's insane though, man. I wonder how it got in there in the first place.
Yeah, totally. I mean, like, someone must have picked it. I don't know how the mail woman didn't see it on the ground and put it in there.
Yeah.
Like, someone must have, from the apartment, I guess, must have been coming home and saw it in the street and then just brought it inside. But like, the first thing I would do if I saw a package on the ground was look to see who it's from, or to who it's for. And like, and if I see New Jersey, I'm like, so maybe they brought it in and they left it there, so maybe the post person would take it, or they would like take it the next time they left the house and drop it off or something. It's that whole part of it is a mystery to me. I don't know how it ended up inside of this place. Yeah, it's just a mystery.
Bullet dodged though, man. I mean, you saved so nothing is more infuriating to me than when things just disappear. That's just, it's so annoying. It's like, there's obviously I must have put this somewhere. Where the hell did I put it? So I feel you, like how frustrating that must have been. It must have sucked, but when that happens, you almost never get the thing back. So that was great. Plus I would have been pissed too if it was out $90.
Yeah, totally. I mean, like, it's like I wouldn't have minded keeping it, like, as opposed to losing it and not being out the money. So, it was a total, like, it was just bizarro. And so then, like, so now I'm like wondering, like, if they got me on camera and it's like, beware of this package thief or something. There's a picture of me in this like Logan Square apartment building now.
Yeah, dude. No, I mean, we get notices like that all the time from our our rental company. Like, stop letting people in. Like, don't like take packages that aren't yours, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
It's like, guys like you are the reason I'm getting all these emails.
No, yeah, exactly. Except I stole my own. I had to steal my own package back. But, so yeah, it was just bizarro. I'm like, I mean, like the whole thing of like not knowing. It's like I almost would have rather like if it got stolen, I would have at least wanted to know that it got stolen or something.
Sure.
So yeah, and then okay, so then I did I reclaimed the package. I got in my car and I started driving off, and again I'm waiting for someone to run down the street like saying like, "Hey, wait, you thief." But it didn't happen. But I went around the block, and cuz I knew that the mail lady was going to be going, like she had just started that little side street block. So I turned my car back on that weird side street, and she was across the street this time, and I like pulled over, I rolled my window down, and she looks at me, and I go like, "I found the package."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Okay, great." And she just put her head down. She's like, "Okay, good." And I go like, "It's a Thanksgiving miracle." And then I drove off. And then I got stuck in that weird alley maze of delivery trucks and shit, and I had to like navigate my way out. But then I got out of there, and I ended up, mailing the package.
Did you actually tell her that it was a Thanksgiving miracle?
Yeah, I said it. I said it out loud because I was so stoked to find it.
That's amazing, man. She sounds like she didn't care at all. But
no,
yeah. Here's my question though. Somebody was waiting for you for lunch, right? Like, were you late for your lunch?
No, this all happened after. Like the package,
after. Okay.
I dropped it before, like on my way into lunch, and then I was there for an hour and a half, and I came out, and then the package was gone. So then that all an hour and a half transpired between me leaving my car and losing the package and retrieving it from the.
Oh, God. Okay. Yeah. So I thought this was almost an instantaneous thing. Like, you walked away from your car, walk into the restaurant, and then you came back. But, okay. Yeah, I would have been legitimately worried, man. If it had been that long, I would have been like, this thing is long gone. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was like, because, every once in a while I've dropped, like, I remember, like, not a $90 baseball card, but, like, I remember, like, I one time, like during the winter I had like, my winter gloves on, and I must have had them on my lap, and I got out of my car and I went inside, and then like the next morning I came out and like the gloves were on the ground, by my car. Yeah. Like that stuff happens, but like, never a valuable baseball card. So,
jeez.
So no, the whole, that was the whole thing. Cause it's like, oh shit, the whole time I was in there, anything could have happened. Like it could have been sitting there for a while and whatever. So yeah, it was bonkers, but, yeah, man. So yeah, that was quite a story. And like, I'm like, I have to tell this on the podcast, but I definitely, like last week there was not enough time.
No. Well, that's a good one. And, thank goodness that you got the card back.
Yeah, most definitely. So, let me close with the last thing.
Let's do that, and I think we can close it. And there were maybe a couple other things that we can save for a future episode, I think.
Oh well, no, I mean I was gonna say if you wanted to talk about that just to break up like me just talking incessantly, we could talk about the other thing. But if you just want to do this and get out, we can do that too.
Well, let's go to the this. It's just one thing that I had real quick. So Jeremy, do you remember a number of years ago we were at a White Sox game, and we saw a gentleman with a jersey on, and it was a custom jersey, and it was maybe the ugliest, most ridiculous custom jersey we'd ever seen, but it was a White Sox jersey. It was a White Sox home jersey with the pinstripes, but instead of just having one name at the top, it had the names of 7 of prospects in their organization, just going just one right after the other. Yep.
I remember. Yeah. I'm trying to find the picture. So it's on our Instagram, Jack?
Yeah. So it was from May of 2019. Okay. So it was just about a year after we started this podcast. I would love to know if this guy still has this jersey. But it's sort of one of those things. You can look at a draft, like they say in the MLB.
Yep.
You can't really know what a draft is going to be until like 5 or 6 years after it's actually happened, which is true, right? Mm-hmm. And so like I don't know that we could have fully understood like what this jersey meant until maybe right now, like this season, right? Like give it 5 or 6 years, and then we can really go back and look at this jersey. And the reason I was thinking about that was because last week Dylan Cease signed a big free agent deal with the Toronto Blue Jays. I think it was like maybe 6 or 7 years for $210 million, which is a big contract. But the guy is an innings eater, if nothing else. And when he's good, he's been pretty good. He's also been pretty mid in a couple of seasons too. But of all things, and this is 2019. It was May 2019. So he debuted in, I think, July of 2019. So this was actually before Dylan Cease debuted. And out of the 7 prospects for the White Sox that are listed on here, he is not one of them.
I was just about to say, Jack. I'm like, when you talked about doing this, like I was like, oh yeah, this makes perfect sense. I'm looking at the photo. I'm like, wait, Cease isn't even on this jersey.
No, that's why I thought of it. Yeah. That's the most ridiculous thing, because he ended up being the best player out of any of these guys, and he's also made the most money out of any of these guys, and he's going to have had the longest career, and he's not even on there. And he was one of their top prospects at the time that this guy was wearing this jersey,
because it has Eloy on it. I mean, just real quick, it's Moncada, Kopech, Giolito, Lopez, as in Ronaldo Lopez, Dunning, Robert, and Jimenez. So they had gotten Eloy. They had gotten Cease already because he came over with Eloy. So he was in the system. Yeah.
He was. And so, just a couple of ridiculous things about this jersey. First of all, I love that Ronaldo Lopez is in the middle here, because this guy was wearing this in 2019, and Ronaldo Lopez debuted in the majors in 2016, and he had already pitched, at least, I think, 1 full season with the White Sox, if not more. So it's why is he on this jersey? I mean, he's not a prospect.
Yeah, he came over with Giolito, I believe.
He did.
Yeah, so it definitely. I mean, I felt like he was trying to see into the future, but then also trying to because I feel like Moncada probably had to have had some dirt in his spikes at that point too. He debuted in 2017. Did he get traded in 2018 of the White Sox, or was it 2019?
I want to say he maybe debuted, and I have his page up here. I think he debuted in 2016. I think he played a couple games.
Okay, yeah. Them. Okay, yeah, 2016. Yeah.
So yeah, he played 54 games in 2017, and then he played 149 games in 2018. Yeah. So again, this guy had already had 1 full season in the majors, and so like you said, maybe he's trying to predict the future here. But some of these guys are prospects. Some of these guys have been in the majors, so it's it doesn't really make sense from that aspect of it. Kopech, I think, had already gotten TJ or an arm surgery at this point. Yeah. This is 2019. He got hurt in 2018, and I think he missed all of 2019. Yeah. And also, he missed 2019 and 2020. Jeremy, I sort of lost track of him. He pitched 14 games for the Dodgers this year. Was he on their playoff roster?
No, I think I almost want to say he was hurt. Yeah. But I don't know for sure. I saw him in the celebrations with his big. He had a huge beard at that point, and I think he still had the ponytail. He looked pretty right. He looked like a guy who had been out. He looked like Andrew Tolles. Not to take a cheap shot, but he looked like he had been out of baseball for a while. And he was easy to forget about, especially on the Dodgers. I don't even know, is he even in the plans for them for next year? I feel I
think he's a free agent. It says he's a free agent, so he could sign with anybody. Now, I mean, the guy, he passes the eye test, and he has done some things in the majors, so I'm sure somebody will give him a chance somewhere. Yeah. But man, that one ended up being kind of a bust. Giolito, I feel like I didn't hear Lucas Giolito's name once this year. He actually did have a pretty good season. I think he started 26 games, and his ERA was in the 3s. Yeah. So that's pretty solid, but still, the guy has missed so much time with injuries, but he's probably the second best player on this list. Ronaldo Lopez, he had a great season in 2024, but he pitched 1 game this year. I think he got hurt, didn't he?
Oh, is that what happened? I was going to say, I almost want to say he was maybe even to be controversial. I almost want to say he's the second best player on this jersey, but yeah, he didn't do much this year. 2024, he had a pretty darn good year, I think.
He did, and Dane Dunning pitched 20 2/3 innings this year. Again, I don't really know what happened to him, and it seems like I don't know if is he still. Well,
he went to
maybe he finished the year with Atlanta.
Oh, did he? I remember. I know him as a Ranger.
He was on the Rangers. I think he might have got traded for Lance Lynn. But, it says here that he was on Atlanta. God, he wasn't on the roster when we saw them.
No.
Yeah, traded by the Texas Rangers to the Atlanta Braves for Jose Ruiz and cash.
Oh, okay. Is that
the former White Sox?
That's what I was going to say.
Jose Ruiz?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Okay, so he was in the Rangers organization in 2025, but yeah, I mean, yeah, regardless, he's a guy who's kind of just fallen by the wayside a little bit.
Yes. Yeah, so Luis Robert is also on this jersey. Jeremy, I didn't notice this, but his stats in 2024, he hit .224 with 14 home runs in 425 plate appearances. 2025, he hit .223, so one batting average point lower with 14 home runs, the same number of home runs in 431 plate appearances. So it's like he did the exact same thing 2 years in a row. I think like this guy just kind of is what he is at this point.
Yeah, it ain't pretty. And like if he was any sort of, I mean, he untraded himself. I remember
Yes.
He said like I'm not worth trading for something, which I'm sure the White Sox, not only is he bad, but he's also like shooting down his value to other teams. It's like the White Sox, that's like a double whammy. Like that doesn't make the White Sox feel better. Like that's just like, hey, shut up. Like we're trying to trick someone into trading for you. But it's just a head scratcher. Like, I mean, he's the only one still on the team, and just such a disappointment.
Yeah, they've been trying to get rid of him for 2 years, and yeah, it's not good. So you're right. Yeah, he's the only one left, and then there's Eloy. I saw that Eloy, he played a few games in AAA this year, but I don't even know if he's going to get an affiliated contract next year.
Yeah, right. Maybe he'll be on the Chicago Dogs.
That would be a good fit, actually. I could definitely see that.
Yeah. He can have Carlos Zambrano throw him. He can groove pitches to Eloy to try to boost up his power.
Jeremy, if something like that happens, we should try to graft them.
Yeah, for sure. I keep track of their roster every so often. I take a look at the roster every so often just to see if there's anyone worth getting. And there are some fringe guys who were in the league, but it's always the toughest part is just like choosing a game like that over like a Cubs game. So it's always a tough choice.
Yeah, Cubs game pretty much every time. But, Jeremy, so just after Cease signed that contract, it just made me think about that jersey and the fact that he's not on there. So not only were all of these guys whiffs, but, like, that jersey was just a total whiff, too. So you never know what you're going to see at a White Sox game, but I think that is one of the all-timers for sure.
Yeah, that's funny. I never thought, I do think about that jersey every so often, but I never thought to kind of go back to that. So that's pretty funny. And I wonder if this guy, is sensing something right now that we're talking about him. But
yeah, right.
Who the fuck knows? He might be incarcerated at this point. But but yeah. All right. Well, that's a good one. Jack, real quick. This isn't even that long, but I promised like a follow up to the Anthony Rizzo autograph situation last week.
Yeah.
I almost like am hesitant to even like bring it up because like I think the more I bring it, like if anyone from the show were to hear this, they would probably accuse me of emailing them just for content or for like just to troll them or something, or just to see what I could get out of them. But I ended up getting an email back. I ended up emailing the contact person for the Chicago Sports Spectacular. She wrote me back, and this was like the Monday, I think, of Thanksgiving week, last week, and she basically said like I'll forward you. She said you should have come to the booth during the show while it was still going on, so we could have maybe done something about it. She's like, so for next time, try to think about that. I think I mentioned that, and I was like, she ended up forwarding my message to like to Schwartz like sports memorabilia, whatever they're called, who like kind of, I guess they're in charge of the autograph signings at the show, at the card show. And she wrote me back and she's like, okay, the vice president or someone there will be reaching out to you. And I get an email from Schwartz, and it's like the vice president of Schwartz Sports. This guy, I'll withhold the name, I guess, but so he writes me back and he's like, could you send me a picture of the card so I can see what the issue is? And so right then I'm like, oh man, this guy's gonna ignore my ass. Like he's gonna say like that's nothing and like just ignore me. And I was almost like I sent it, and I was almost afraid to like check my email because I didn't want to like deal with whatever this guy's asshole like response was gonna be to me. And he turns out he wrote back and he said like, yeah, I can see how the marker is different there. And he did say like usually we only offer monetary refunds in case of a smear or if the player damages the card while signing it. He's like, but, we want to try to make this right. So they're like, they said, again, like, tell us during the show so we can do something about it. And they're like, unfortunately, like Rizzo had his own people and like we can't even like we don't have any like Anthony Rizzo signed items to offer. He's like, but what we can offer is your choice of one of the following two cards. And he sent me a picture, and it was either a Bowman Chrome First Owen Casey autograph or a Frank Thomas rookie card autograph. And he's like, you can pick one of these and we can send it to you, and we'll authenticate it. And, hopefully this will like, give you restitution for your issue or whatever. And so I wrote him back and I'm like, thank you. That's very generous of you. I'm like, I will take the Frank Thomas. And so they ended up, now I haven't gotten it yet, but apparently they've sent me a Frank Thomas autographed card to make good for it.
Yeah, that's good, Jeremy. And I can't remember if I said this last week, but I'll just say it again. I think that's, I've gotten the whole, like, oh, you should have just said something to us, like, while you were there, right? Like, with the nachos.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, I think that's BS, man. Because the fact is, I did do that in 2025, and, like, the guy pushed back on me.
Yeah.
So, screw all this. And also, like, at that card show, it's like, well, what do you mean I was supposed to talk to somebody? Where would you have gone? Like, the autograph booth? Like, who would have been able to help you out in that moment, especially with Rizzo, a line of 300 people that he's got to sign for? Like, what are they going to do? What are they going to do the day of?
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, there's not like it's not like there's a customer service table or something. Like, I would have just had to like ask around for somebody. Yeah. I still don't know, but I guess maybe they said it in the email, but I think that the autograph booth is where I should have gone back to, and like they could have gotten somebody. But yeah, I mean, it's like. Also, like, I don't know, you're kind of just like, you get the card, you're excited about it, then you see it. Like, my first instinct wasn't to, like, demand a refund or anything.
Right.
It kind of, like, festered on me a little bit, I think, and that's why I ended up emailing. But, like, yeah, I don't know. Now, I happen to have had another Rizzo card on me. So maybe they could have got that signed, and I could have, like, really made out. But, like, I'm not sure what they would have done. Like maybe they could have grabbed one of those autographed pictures that they sell and have him sign that. Like I don't know what I don't know what would have happened in the moment. It wouldn't have changed the situation with the card because that's already done. And
I mean, your first reaction was probably to try to make peace with the fact that it didn't look as bad as you thought it looked. You know?
Exactly. So I don't know. I mean. They probably have my name down somewhere now, so it's like if I try to do this again, they're probably gonna like ban me from the card show. So I'm probably not. There probably won't be a next time, even if someone does mess up my card. Yeah. My whole point. I know it doesn't sound like it, and if you're out there listening, Schwartz, like my whole point of doing this to begin with was to just be like, hey, people pay money for these things, $200, $90, whatever. It's a lot of money. So like just. Fucking slow down and just make sure you're getting it right because like people like it each of the 400 people in the line is a person who is going to leave with their one item and live with it the rest of their life. So it's like just try to fucking slow down and just try to give everyone like a good experience, you know?
Right. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, even for Rizzo's part, like, it is customer service, right? Like, you are paying him to do a service for you, which is something as simple as signing the card.
Yes, right. It's a relatively easy service, but like they did sign up for it. I don't know. I know that that's a slippery slope argument sort of thing, like in different scenarios, but like everyone there had to have known that there was going to be a high demand for these autographs. So like, let's all like be prepared for that,
Yeah.
Like,
well, so it's also different than going and getting an autograph at the stadium or like outside at the bus, because we're not paying shit there, right? So it's like, if your card gets messed up, whatever, but you did pay Anthony Rizzo and the card show $200 or whatever. I mean, whatever you paid him to get this done.
Yeah.
So they are sort of obligated to, like you said, at least give you a good experience here.
It was more than that, folks. But yeah, like it was. Yeah, exactly. It's just like, let's just be real about the situation. Like, start him, or he didn't start till like noon, and the show started at either 9 or 10 a.m. It's like, start him at the beginning of the day. Have him come back 2 days, limit the amount of autographs that he sells. Like, these are all situations that could have, lent itself to a better outcome for everybody. Yep. So, well, yeah.
Jeremy, it's like you said, I think for next time, the move is to hand them the pen first.
Yes.
And then, so you have control of the situation, and then hand them the card.
Yeah, totally. I don't know why I didn't ever think of that, but it seems as clear as day to me now. But it is what it is. So but that's the capper to that story. I guess I will let people know once the card actually shows up, because I said I'll take the Thomas, and I haven't heard anything from them since then. Of course, it was Thanksgiving, but still.
Sure. Did he ever confirm that he was going to send it?
Nah, they didn't. I didn't hear anything else back after I said I'll take the Frank.
Jeremy, if you never get that card, man, I think it'll be funny to hear your tenor on this change a little bit. So.
Oh yeah. Then I'll give the name, I'll give the email address, I'll give it all. Yeah, for sure. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I don't know. Crazy like. Roller coaster of events, I guess, but
maybe not wrapped up yet too, so we'll find out.
Exactly. So, but this will wrap up this episode, I think. So managed to find a good amount of stuff to talk about. But holidays are coming up, so we may be on and off as we get close to the end of the year. We're also coming up on episode number 300, so lots of stuff coming up, and then of course the Cubs convention, and maybe some games and stuff, and maybe some other fun stuff. Yeah, that'll be fun. But until next time, I'm Jack Swakowski. And I'm Jeremy Dionisio. We'll see you next time. Later.